G'day, friends and fans. Welcome to Dave Talk Stuff. Tabletop news for... 79. It's not a 4. Tabletop news number 79. We're going to first off thank the patrons and other supporters who help make this channel possible. I invite you to give us a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you to the patrons and invite you to join them through the links in the link tree. All right, we'll start with my favorite site, the Bundle of Holding. I'm not paid by Bundle of Holding, and there is no commission. All right, first off, we have Troika Warehouse. Troika Warehouse is a acid fantasy tabletop role-playing game from Melisson. I do believe we've covered this before. There was a launch on Troika, and this is an all-new bundle presenting many supplements and adventures from Melisson Arts Council. You're a wizard, a warrior, a mundane owl, dimension hopping in your golden barge in crystal spheres strung like pearls across humpbacked sky. Simple rules based on 1980s fighting fantasy. Beginners and jaded role players can go zany. The base pack, $9.95, gets you the base titles. And if you level up, well, the base titles have a retail, 4 titles, retail value of $40. If you've purchased previous offers, I knew there were previous offers. You need the, core edition, Troika, numerous editions, core rulebook, and recently published. New to Troika, pay the threshold price of more than $19.95, and you level up and get the entire classic collection worth also $40. All right. New arrivals, Troika, numerous edition, includes Troika Initiative cards. This is a beginner-friendly, old-school science fantasy RPG full of critically acclaimed writing, simple rules based on the British fighting fantasy games. Get It at Sutlers is a huge Troika expansion that adds depth and convenience to ongoing campaigns in the city of Troika. Wide range of products on hand. Now, next is the Ruinous Palace of Metigros. Metigros is ever pregnant with memories, waddles in the dark, wet ruination of her ancient home, long forgotten. She is not allowed to forget. Again and again, she birthed wretched reminders of a tragic past, snakes in her hair, languid in sleep. Needs a warmth for her children, you see. Untold ages has cursed the queen. For cardinal sin, she did make herself powerful, so as to better the world around her. Such sights the awful gods do not forgive. Still, above all, she's a mother. Metigros loves her torturous children, and they love her, thus they're doubly dangerous. Fungi of the Far Realms, a system-neutral fictional mushroom and mundane. Next up, beat the threshold price and you get bonus titles. I always recommend you level up just on the fact that you are supporting charity. Now, Troika Acid Death Fantasy, Desert Deaths in Silpek and the Thousand Sultanation Sultans, Beautiful Plastic Man, Azure Apes and Steel Gods, dozens new player character backgrounds and new enemies to help evoke this acid-stained desert landscape. Squaddies is Subak, greedy ground for pressure and nightmare, ruled by the many-crowned monarch and her terrible guard, 1,000 strong. Be started by 99 crowns, wrestled by all manner of stavecraft and violence. It's all spinning out of control, with Dune holds and more. This is basically Dune Yeah. Troika, finds of benevolence. Duke Kindness is dying. This is, you're out to restore stability to a dying monarchy by the collapsing mires and the eye-bled precipice to the Rainbow Bandlands. That's suited for 4 to 6 characters. Slow slated Plankton Downs. Adventures for 2 or more players. Journey into the glaciered world of Megard's missteps. Lands and adventures in a whodunit in aboard a Nantucket sleigh ride as they attempt to uncover the truth behind mysterious murders plaguing the ship. Very pretty, pleasant pals, an ancient and positively adorable land. Fabulous diatribes defined wetlands fashions. Behorned Zegaloprophes sharks. Negotiated sacred treaties. Norloids and Amatites plumbed the depths, deepest of philosophical depths, and more. These are pleasant folks, values, respect, peace, cooperation, and communications, until the humans came and took what they want. And 4 more adventures. Cross the humpback sky for $109 value for yours for, let's see, $19.95. Right. So, if you purchased any of the 3 previous collections, you'll probably want that one. Coming to an end is Men's Mental Health Month, and before the month ends, so does Mental Health Games. The starter collection, $9.95, gets you the base set of parodies of various tabletop games, parody of Swords and Sorcery, the was it 70s Elvis movies, and more. You have parodies of D&D, Noir, and Pulp Fiction. For $9.95, you get 3 complete rulebooks in the starter collection, retail value $41, or DM3. Level up, pay the threshold price, and you get 6 more titles for additional $34 for a total price of $26.84. Yeah. Corellius Mercy of the Icons is an epic role-playing campaign for Corellius the Third Horizon. $17.95 gets you the entire collection. This is the English language ebooks of the Epic Mercy of Icons campaign for Corellius the Third Horizon, a tabletop science fiction role-playing game from the 3 League Publishing. A remote cluster of 36 stars called the Star Systems, called the Third Horizon, has been ravaged by conflicts, new and old. And as newcomers, you are aggressive through trade and military power. However, faceless embassies have emerged from the gas giants to further their own mysterious agenda. And of course, this unspeakable dark between the stars working to corrupt everything. Inspired by Firefly, the Revelation space novels, and Aliens, this is an RPG based on the Arabian Nights, which you may or may not know actually originated in China, but became famous in ancient Persia. After extensive rewrites, and it was the translation added further rewrites And what really propelled it to fame was the Disney adaptations. Though a lot of adaptations never actually credit the Arabian Nights, let alone the originals. All right, so you're explorers, mercenaries, traders, or faction agents. There's an iconic campaign. Pay $17.95, you get the entire collection. First up, The Last Voyage of the Ghazali. You have a distress call. It's a standalone prologue to the Mercy of Icons campaign. Plunges you into the dangerous intrigues of the Third Horizon. It's a 3-part plot. Then you have the main story, Corellus, Mercy of the Icons, Part 1, 2, and 3. You start with the Lost Emissaries. Then you have a missing cruiser, known as Zaporo's Return. Sapphire, bearing impossible treasure. Zintharian harmonies, blah, blah, blah. You got factional warfare and plunging the whole system into chaos. And then the Icons wake and they start a war. And then you've got Adventures in Space. You've got a Year Zero system where you can send your unique characters on missions discovery against a rich tapestry of Arab-based cultures. This one has a few more days to go. Along with Raven. Raven is one price, gets you all a gothic horror role-playing game from Shadowlands, inspired by the cursed characters, inspired by Poe. Raven collection is $12.95 for the entire collection, which is basically the rulebook and some adventures. Now, the rulebook is an aristocratic city in a fictional world that is 19th century America. Mist shrouds the streets, vigilant order protects citizens against the plague of spectres, haunted mansions, ruins and curses, etc. The murky threats always loom. There's always something to fight. Hunt dark objects for your vocation. Seek out forbidden knowledge and avoid damnation. Here we have some introductory adventures to get you started on your dark path. And useful charts and tables for the game master. Can you avoid the croaking ravens? It's actually from the English language version from the Spanish publisher Shadowlands Games. These are inspired by the characters of Edgar Allan Poe. Next up, we have Fantasy Age Game Engine tabletop role-playing game from Green Roland, Fantasy Age 2nd Edition. This is Techno Fantasy and more. One price gets you the entire collection, $19.95. You have the core rulebook and more. Fantasy Age 2nd Edition core rulebook comes with the Game Master Toolkits and the VVT token packs. It's a straightforward 3d6 over-the-target system. One of the dice is a stunt dice, measures your success. Spellcasters learn groups of spells from themes. You mix and match 19 Arcana for flexibility. In addition, you have talents, challenges, chases, magic items, and more. You have the Game Master's Toolkit, which includes printable landscapes, Game Master screen, and a token pack. Techno Fantasy. After the fall, before classic fantasy, there was science fantasy, a genre of strange words that borrowed freely from mythology and science fiction. This lets you sift through the ashes of the fall, bringing you cybernetics, blasters, robots, power, melee weapons, and more that can bring high tech to your fantasy campaign. Cyber soldiers, mutants, high tech vehicles, horse like cyber steeds, guard bots, war bots, and strange ruins, all mixed with techno fantasy. 3 second edition adventures: Land of the Horned Giant, the Land of the Sacred Bulls, Menace of the Grey Warrens, you overcome threat of ghouls, Return to the Valley of the Whispered Titans, Fight for Castle, Petrified Skulls, the remnants of the ancient conflict amongst the Titans. Skulls still whisper to residents and lure down the path of evil. I have been a busy beaver. Of course, I have my own future fantasy, a science fantasy setting for D6. All my posts, as well as maps, art, and articles. Over 113 articles produced to introduce you to the science and technology and fantasy of the Empire of Elves in the Pelage. Next, we have my most favourite site, Drive-Through RPG. Yes, these are affiliate links. Clicking on the links in the description below gives me a couple of cents every time you buy something off them, if you use my affiliate links. All right, Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse, Cold Rules for Old School Revival. This is the dark fantasy science fiction tabletop role-playing game set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity's technological golden age has ended in catastrophe. All systems evolved into machine gods. Limits of society's a feudal structure. What you have is a quick character creation system, familiar yet innovative mechanics, dedicated solo rules for going without a game master, magic and spell casting, exploration, and it's very rules light and very modular. But this is the core rules based on Old School Revival. Yeah, it's a bit rich. That's Australian prices, Harvard, but a lot of stuff when new is pretty high in price, particularly printed. The cost of printing these days, particularly from third party, is ludicrous. And you think that Amazon would give you a break? No, the only thing they break is your wallet and your spirit as they grind you down with their corporate nonsense and the desperation of the mass market. Warhammer, the old school role-playing game. This is old world role-playing in Warhammer, where you're in the world of legend, the unending war. Beyond the light of civilizations, army clash. You have beastmen, orcs, goblins, sorcerers, horrors, and far from the front lines, there are worse, true evil, chaos, the dead have returned to life, and more. This, of course, is the classic Warhammer role-playing game based on Warhammer, the tabletop fantasy miniature combat system. And this is actually different from, I believe, all new rules since it's updated. I don't actually see an edition number. Did I miss something? Yeah, it doesn't seem to appear to have an edition number, but this does appear to be a new, updated as of June 20. So it's brand new. It was added earlier today. Look, cut and paste error. Yeah. Oh, these happen all the time, man. Like, you'd be surprised how many books come out with errors and people don't notice, or second and third editions fix. That's why a lot of first editions, people know their first editions by the page number errors and all the little things they pick up on. Out of this, I think Troika is the clear winner, followed by Fantasy Age. But of course, please and thank you to everybody who supports the channel, and I urge you to support me through my RPG. Please and thank you. All right. I think audio's back on. Shit. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Really tuning in. Sorry. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, and please support the channel. You can support me on Patreon, buy my books, buy my merch. All my links in the link tree in the description below or in my profile. Now, of course, you can scan the QR code on the screen. Please and thank you. See you in the next video, and bye for now.